Hey, you guys, I was surfing some celebrity news and I came across news with Kathy Griffin. For those of you guys that don't know Kathy Griffin, she was beautiful, but she needed some touch-ups, and apparently she got them done. And honey, I can't even focus on what she's talking about. Meanwhile, listen to what she has to say about Kanye and his wife, and let's talk about it in the comments.
In trouble for this video. It's going to be controversial, I'll tell you right now, and I'm probably going to have like a lot of bros coming at me for it and everything, but it's just my opinion, just something I've been thinking about. Okay, so we've all seen those photos of Kanye and his new wife, Bianca Censori, right? So I don't need to show you. And it's easy to make fun of Kanye. I mean, I make fun of him in my act because he's like crazy and nutty and does all these things. But when I see those photos where she's in pantyhose and like not even a bandeau top, it's really all about being see-through and stuff. I think, number one, she has a banging body. Like, of course, I would kill for that body, so this isn't about that. But she does have a body that is almost identical to Kim. And what I wanted, just sort of, what I'm suggesting, this is just my belief, is this is going to be bad. I actually think that he may be physically abusing her. And at the very least, 100% I think he's psychologically abusing her. Now, let me tell you why. I've talked about my dead brother, Ken, on this app, who was a physically abusive man toward actually his wife and his girlfriend, who both told me. But one time his wife told me about a time that he had physically abused her when she was out of the shower. He locked her outside their apartment and she was totally naked because he wanted to humiliate her in that way. So when I see this woman who has no voice, we have not heard a peep out of her. I've read that she has a master's degree in architecture from a university in Australia. She's gorgeous. She seems to have no voice whatsoever. She's not on social media. I don't know if he's not letting her talk, but I just think that her walking around with him, and he's covered up in practically a freaking burqa. I mean, he's covered up in scarves and clothes. But when they were in Italy, and he had her drop to her knees, what looks like in the photos, and give him a service, and we saw his bare butt, knowing there were paparazzi photographers all the way around and people with just phone cameras, that to me just reeks of abuse. Like, get on your knees and do this now on a freaking water taxi. So it might sound to guys like, oh, that's sexy in a fantasy. Doesn't look like a fantasy for her. And they sort of got in trouble in Italy, and she still, you know, walks around with him in pantyhose and always high heels. And you guys, she's not selling this stuff. So there were sort of similar photos with Kim back in the day, and then Kim would be wearing Skims, which she was selling, God love her, and now she's a billionaire, and that worked, and this does not seem like that. And the photo where she has a pillow in front of her breasts, I don't know if she was like, can I just go out with a freaking pillow or what? But then they went to Germany and they went to a fashion show. And this time she was in like a thong and like this sort of, I'm gonna sound silly now, like this like big bird headdress where it looked like she couldn't see and yet still like practically naked. And there's video of them walking down a stairwell going to this fashion show, and he's not holding her hand, he's not helping her. And so I don't know her, I'm never gonna meet her. But I just want to know what you guys think, because it just looks like something a really controlling, abusive dude would do.